Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I am your host, KeTohn, and today I have a special guest,
Kiara.
Thank you for joining us, Kiara.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So Kiara is now going to be a member of our directory, which means that she's going to be providing cosmetics, hair products for any women out there that want to feel confident and you're trying to find that consistent brand that you can stick with. So I found her through Instagram, and today I just want to learn a little bit more about her. So if you could tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Dallas. I was born and raised in Lake City, Texas, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
To Texas, that states. So, can you talk to us a little bit about your journey into becoming an entrepreneur?
So my journey to becoming an entrepreneur was it's a lot of ups and downs. You know, the entrepreneurship, you deal with all types of stuff. It's a lot of learning, a lot of going through and experiencing different things. You got to overcome a lot of different obstacles, getting out of your comfort zone, meeting a lot of different people. And with me getting myself out there, trying to be a hairstylist as well, I've always been in a situation where I had to get outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So just me growing and overcoming a lot of different things, it's been pretty fun. I mean, I get bored with stuff real quick. Like I don't like consistent same routine. Like I like, okay, so what we doing today? Yeah. You know, like different things.
Breaking the pattern.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, I did this, I learned this, it was fun, I overcame it. What's next? Like, yeah. I like learning, experiencing new things, trying new stuff, seeing new people, seeing new places. Like, I need change.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's wonderful. So, what does empowerment mean to you? And what are some very important things? What do you think are important for us to remember as people of color?
Just staying strong in your beliefs, your culture, who you are as a person. Never falter because of what others may say, shaming you for your color, everything like that. Like me personally, I just want to stay strong with yes, I am a Black woman. Yes, I go through these different things. No, I am not the stereotype y'all trying to say that I am. So, you know, it's just stay strong in your beliefs and who you are. Never let anybody waver who you are as a person. Be who you want to be.
Okay, that's wonderful advice. It's hard. I mean, it's beautiful advice, and it's sometimes hard in moments when you feel like your back's against the wall. Mm-hmm. But I think as entrepreneurs and as business owners, we definitely have to take that advice.
Yeah.
Because if you're not your biggest fan, you know, you can't expect other people to fall behind that vision too. Mm-hmm. So the next question I have for you is, what does empowerment mean to you?
What empowerment means to me? That's a good question. I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to hit y'all with the
with the deep questions. Get in there. What empowerment means to me? Just being strong, never letting yourself waver because somebody's trying to talk down upon what you're trying to do, who you are, the way you represent yourself, just being empowered in who you are, and just showing up as your true, authentic self.
Period. So,
look, clock.
What is that? All right. So now that we talked about empowerment, we talked about what led you on this journey, you know, your drive for just wanting to get to the next level.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about your services. So what all do you provide to the community, and then what states do you provide these services to?
So right now I do hair in DeSoto, Texas. I'm trying to expand and get into more Dallas, so I'm more centered around others. But for right now, I am in DeSoto, Texas. As far as what services I provide, right now I want to call myself a versatile stylist. However, I am trying to niche down. So for the most part, we're doing wigs, sew-ins, quick weaves, and then just a dabble into braids. So okay. I don't do the really smalls, extra smalls, but I do like feed-ins. I'll do your medium, large braids. So that's pretty much what we do.
You know, I just learned this medium was a thing.
Yep. When I feel like a good handful of people don't know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't know what
like medium.
I thought she was playing with me, and I was like, I was so thrown off because you know you're gonna be be our second stylist, and usually both of our stylists in our directory are both based out of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are the first hairstylists in the directory. Mm-hmm. But when she first said medium, I was like, no, medium. I was like, what do you say? And she was like, that's what they're called. I was like, they're called medium.
Yeah. And you know, when you were telling me the size that you wanted, in my mind, I was like, it's medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you was like, you don't want them too small. So you don't want extra smalls. You don't
I
want
don't want to pull in my hair.
But you don't want it crazy big. Mm-hmm. So either medium or medium is good to you.
See, you learn new things every day. Okay. Okay. So that's good to know. As far as your services, now your products, you shipping all across the U.S., correct?
Yes.
Okay. For anybody that wants to purchase from her, you can purchase from any state in the U.S.
Yep. So I'm a slave babe, okay?
Period. I will be. So I just want to end this with one inspirational message that you would have for any person of color that might be struggling or going through it right now. What would you want them to hear?
They may be struggling or going through it as far as like with their business?
Let's just say in life. It can be in business or in life.
Okay.
Just that feeling of feeling like, stressed or hopeless, or, what's something that got you through times when you were feeling like you were down?
Okay, so I feel like I can answer this question better with an example. With me going through my entrepreneurship, you always start with a big group of friends. Oh my gosh, everybody kind of my face. And as you level up, those friends start to die off. But you always got those good 1 or 2 friends that are your strongest supporters, your support system. Even when you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm all over the place, you always have that person to like guide you back. Like, no, you got this, look at all you've been through. So just having a really good support system helps, whether that's friends or family. For me, it's my friends. And then just also my religion. I'm a Christian, so just staying true to God's word, praying to God, especially in stressful moments or moments I feel like the devil may be trying to attack me, because God doesn't build you with fear. He doesn't instill you with fear or anything like that. That's negative. That's the devil trying to scare you out of what God has for you. That's always what I remind myself. So that's actually what kept me to coming to you, because like I said, this was my first like live kind of interview podcast.
You're wonderful. This is just a casual conversation.
Yeah,
it's good.
And I was so nervous and scared, and I just remembered that. And then also, like I said, my support system. So my friend, she was like, "Girl, you got this. You know how natural you are."
Yeah,
like,
and so professional.
Yeah,
so professional. Your presentation is wonderful. Like, you are a really great example of like a Black woman in business just doing her thing.
Thank you.
Just when I saw your page, I was like, I need that. I want
her. I try. There'll be so many moments where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm doing enough.
Yeah.
But then I just see all these different people telling me like, I've been watching, and I don't even think like nobody's looking at me, but a lot of people are looking.
Definitely.
Even when you least expect it.
Definitely.
So just my word of encouragement, just keep pushing even when you don't feel like it. Just psych yourself, like ignore the negative, focus on the positive, focus on why you're doing it, and just keep pushing yourself, keep moving forward, your purpose.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us. That was wonderful. And I look forward to our official one-on-one podcast where we can get really into like the beauty and stuff. Because I know there's a lot of women out there that need a little help with their beauty. I need a little help with my beauty. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I try to put out little tutorials on how to put on lashes and how to properly do. So
makeup.
I be trying to put it out there, Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm definitely excited for our podcast interview. Thank you everyone for listening and watching the interview. And we're gonna have another business owner come on and share their story and what empowerment means to them too.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon. Okay, everyone, I am back. We have our next business owner who is also a member of our directory, who you've seen for a while now. Her name is Conitra. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, lipstick is looking cute.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be interviewing Conitra to ask her what empowerment means to her. And I also want to remind everyone as they're listening that Conitra does have an upcoming event. She will be having a fashion show on July 27th. So if anyone wants to come out and just share all these amazing small businesses that will be a part of it, you can come and, just be a part of that community, be a part of that circle. So Conitra, what does empowerment mean to you?
Empowerment for me means taking control of your life, just being able to share and give back to other people that it hasn't had similar or is relatable to your own situation.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it is, to give back.
That's a really beautiful way to describe it. Previous interview, we were talking about empowerment. She was talking about being strong and using your voice. And so for you, your perception would be being able to give back and help other people find their voice, in a sense, when you're helping them and you're. So talk to me about what you think would be great advice for people of color trying to either elevate in life or in business.
The first thing that I wish I would have did when I first started my business is get a mentor. A mentor is that person that's going to help you, push you, even days that you don't want to be pushed. We know Miss Nicole Smith, and I'll text her from time to time. She always has positive feedback every time. So that's I would get a mentor and start off like that, and then just have that mentor.
Okay, that's beautiful. And shout out to Nicole. Nicole Smith is a book publisher in our directory. And Conitra actually also has a book as well that you'll be able to learn more about too, that she got published through Nicole's publishing company, AL Publishing and Consulting. So I love the fact that you mentioned that getting a mentor. I think a lot of times that word feels scary for people. Anything that has to do with like mentor, coach, it's like I'm giving you a lot of permission, and I need you to make sure you do right with it. So what would you say has been one of the messages that you've told yourself when you're going through a tough time or when you're just feeling low?
It's one day at a time. It'll get better. I've had a great relationship with Miss Nicole. I had a great relationship with you. And your positive feedback is great. And it's just like that you don't want to hear it. Like, okay.
I hate people thinking I'm crazy. But no, I do appreciate for sharing that, because I do feel like it's something that I have also received, and in the time I didn't really understand or I guess appreciate it, but down the line I'm like, I need to hear that, because sometimes people don't tell you those things, and they just, not because they try to be mean, but they don't know you on that level, and you might not have asked for it. And then sometimes they are trying to be mean. Yeah. So it's like, they see it, they say nothing, and then they keep moving.
Right.
So I think that mentor thing is really an important factor. You have to give people the permission to be in that space and tell you those things. Because a lot of times people may want to, but they just don't. Because it's like, oh, she didn't ask me, so let me just keep it myself. And you sit there thinking, why would you just tell me this?
Right.
So, okay. So let's get back to overcoming. So one very important message that you think people should hear if they're going through something right now in their life, what would you say that is?
Overcoming for me, it still is a struggle and a challenge, but just day by day, just believing in yourself. Just sometimes you have to step out on that faith and like, okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Just faith and being around good friends and a support system is the number one thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we have to have that support system, and you have to be careful of who you keep company with, because it can weigh a huge toll on your mental. And you're meant to achieve so many things, but if you're around people that don't see that in you, it's really hard to get there on time.
And that I'm not striving for the same.
They don't understand that they don't see it on the same level of seriousness that you do. It's really hard. It doesn't mean you can't have a connection, but you'd be surprised how much of mentally and emotionally, it's like you don't feel like there's anybody that's like you're gonna have those times when it feels like, wow, I'm by myself. Y'all here? Is anybody here? Right. So now that you shared that, can you let everybody know, where are you from?
I am from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
And I'm in Dallas for 10 plus years now.
Okay, so you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Don't throw us away. You're a Texas boss babe. I'm trying to make everybody from Texas. So you're originally from Tennessee. You came to Texas 10 plus years. So you have a little bit of best of both worlds.
Yes.
And so for your business, where are you servicing to? Who can receive your products?
My services are all over online.
Okay.
So they can just order online and I can ship it to wherever.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Conitra, and thank you for everything that you bring to our. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we're going to go on ahead on over to the next business owner. Bye-bye. All right. So we are back. We're on to our next business owner. This is Rebecca. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining. So Rebecca is now going to be a member of our directory, and she provides skin serums, skincare, body care. And today, oops, I just told them everything you do. A little more. Today, I wanted to ask you, Rebecca, what does empowerment to you?
I think that pocket that in a time where that it's us to even be sitting here together, having a conversation, and you look the way you do and I look the way that I do, and that's empowering because I feel like we weren't able to do that back then,
That's very true. That's very true. And then I think like our minds and make ourselves real. A lot of people are willing to connect on you, but in the moment, it's easy to just tell yourself anything to go along with the mood that you're in.
Right.
So that's beautiful. Let's talk a little bit more about you. So where are you from?
So I'm from Congo. My mom is from Mauritania, so I'm Congolese and Mauritanian.
Okay. So how was that transition coming here? How long ago was that?
I was 8 when I moved here.
Okay.
Transition was
Shaky.
fight. We had to fight. Oh my goodness! But
you don't condone violence.
no, of course not. I was fighting myself.
No, but I mean, it's the truth though. Transition is a lot. And so for you, how were you able to put that back into life, becoming an entrepreneur? Where did that come from, that idea to start your
I've always been into. I fight a lot. A lot of it comes from not being the beauty standard, seeing how Black women are put down, and all of those things. It really does a lot.
Culture shock.
Yeah, it's a huge culture shock. Because back home, I mean, it's normal. You have body hair, it's normal. It's beautiful. You have a gap in your teeth, it's beautiful.
It's normal.
You're beautiful. Like
There's
you're
no-
just so beautiful. Yeah. Oh well, you know.
with that, and a lot, because I have quite a few different friends from different parts of Africa, and this is a conversation that I get so tired of having it, but I can't be mad. It's a culture shock.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's different here.
Yes.
And then they're like, no, but that doesn't make me. I'm like, it's different here.
It is. It is.
You
It
can't
definitely is.
walk down the street and have the same thought process. The
Right.
thought process you have is, do I look presentable? Do I look like a regular citizen? I'm not doing anything that's out of the ordinary.
Right.
In some situations.
Right.
Versus we live in a place where it's just normal to look the way that you look.
Yeah.
And it's not deemed negative. You're not worried about those kinds
Yeah.
of things. 'Cause you're not thinking the next person is thinking that about you.
Right.
So
yeah.
I can resonate with the culture transition.
Yes.
Because I've definitely had that conversation like over and over. And they're like, I don't understand. I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, we don't get it. We don't get
But
it.
I want to give you your flowers for even through that transition, becoming an entrepreneur and doing something that you like to do. Yes, you're doing it. Take holidays. I'm loving you. Talk a little about that. I do want to ask you, what is one? I don't give too much information. We are going to do our own little podcast. But what is one inspirational message that you would give to someone that's struggling to
Get through it. I know it sounds harsh. I feel like a lot of people kind of were like, oh, well, it's going to be okay. And, it's okay for it to not be okay. Just get through it. somebody somewhere said, if you're in hell, why would you stay there?
Mm.
And I was like, oh my goodness. Okay,
Say
wait.
less.
Wait, you okay, yeah, because you were onto something.
Yeah.
Like, at first I was like, why would you say that? But then
You were onto something.
actually when I think
I
about
don't want to
it,
be here.
if you were in the fiery pits of wherever, like just
Why would you
burning,
stay
why
there?
would you stay there?
Yeah.
Keep moving, keep getting through it. Like there will be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
There will be somewhere that you get to where you're like, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps going up from there.
I love
So
that.
just keep going.
That's
Just keep
beautiful.
pushing.
That's beautiful. And I also think it's a great message, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
Get through it. Keep
Yeah.
moving.
Keep
Keep moving.
moving.
Keep
Keep
moving.
moving.
That's beautiful. So I want to say thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And we will have our own ones more from Rebecca. We've already had our own conversation. It was just like fire. Like what we're talking about. I'm really excited to bring that to the podcast, but I want to say something else. So thank you again, guys, for watching. See you again in the next one. Bye.